Demoing an AI system can be one of the trickiest parts of the sales process. And if your demo is trash, you'll keep losing sales. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I would build and demo an AI follow-up system to a client. You will learn what tools you can use to put together a free, easy to set up, high fidelity AI demo without revealing any of the platforms you're using for the real implementation. I wish I knew this 5 months ago when I started building AI systems, because back then I would see people paying $50 to $100 a month just to have access to a clean system they can use for their demos. By the time you're done watching this video, you'll be able to do that for free without any hassle. So, I'm building an AI system for a church. The AI will be interacting with one-time visitors who they would like to reinvite. But you can use this for any business that does follow-up. When implemented, this AI system will reach out to the individuals via text or WhatsApp. And when they respond, AI will handle the conversation. Now, for the purpose of demo, I might not want the clients to interact with the AI directly via their phone. And there are a number of reasons for this. One is it's a demo and sometimes things go wrong during demos. The second reason is you might have to edit the AI system to accommodate for a demo, because there's certain differences between a live system and a demo. For example, in a live system, you want to have wait nodes, so the AI responds maybe in 30 seconds or in a minute. You typically wouldn't want that so much in a demo. The other big difference is that in a demo, you may want the client to run multiple different scenarios, which wouldn't happen in a live situation. The third reason you might want to use something like this is because of the cost associated with demos, especially if you're doing a group demo. Now, for this system, I'm using for the church demo, it takes care of all these different scenarios and allows to have a very smooth um, demo for a client. Great. So when you want to create a chatbot, there are four main things you want to set out from the get-go. You want to have the goal of the chatbot. You want to create the personality of the chatbot, and that comes to identity. So the chatbot should have a name. Your name is Mike, Michael. Then the language. So English, it could be UK English, US English, or whatever language really you speak. And then the lingo, which has to do with the vocabulary that the chatbot should be familiar with. And that would have to do with what industry the chatbot is going to be responding to users in. So, take for example, if you're creating a chatbot for a construction company, you want it to be familiar with the vocabulary in construction and real estate. You want it to be able to speak in a particular kind of way with language that people in that space use. Or if you're creating a chatbot that is replying on behalf of a medical professional, there's a certain language you want it to be able to use. Then there's conversational flow. How do you want the conversation to go? There are two types of messages that you usually have within that: static messages and dynamic messages. And then the rules on how it should end conversations, deal with hostility, surprises, all those things. Those are the four big things you want to set out from the get go. So here you have explains the to dos. This talks to identity. This is who you are. And then there are a number of other things in the script. For instance, the first message. So remember that for this campaign, we're thinking about a reach out campaign, basically. So a church is trying to follow up with people who have visited before. So the initial message is going to come from church. And then once the person responds, the AI chatbot is going to take over the conversation and start to respond based on the person's responses. So the first message comes from church. You want to have that predetermined, the template, you want to set it out. And then you also want to give it instructions. Who should you invite? Who should it not re-invite? What's the booking protocol? The most important thing overall is the goal you give the chatbot. So in this case, we're giving the chatbot a goal of calling people after re-inviting them. Your job is to follow up with church attendees, who you're following up with, who visited the church once or twice but have not become regular members. Your primary and ultimate goal is to schedule a phone call with them after re-inviting them to another service. So you have that set out from the get-go. Once you have this, you need to go to this app called Chatbase. Just go to chatbase.co. Once you get there, click on new account if you don't have one. So you can click build new agent. That asks you to sign in. I'm not going to go through the sign-in process because it's simple. It's a basic sign-in. Use Google, sign in. Once you get in, they'll ask you to create an agent. So you can upload a PDF. That's the PDF would have the questions about the church, like the FAQs, what's the address, where do you meet, those kind of questions. That's what this PDF here is. So I'm just going to upload this PDF. Then you go to text, and under text, you can either leave it blank, or you can put in information from your system prompt, which is what I was showing before. The goal, the identity, all those things, part of your system prompt. In this case, I'm just going to leave it blank and do create agent. So I can't create an agent because on the free plan, you can only create one agent, and I already have one agent. So what you just do is click create an agent, and you have what I basically have here. My agent here is called Bob. If you want to change the name, you can just go to, where do you change name? Settings, I think. Is this settings? No. General. If you want to change name, just go to general. So that's where I named mine Bob. So once you're on the playground, remember the only thing you've given so far is a file. I'm using GPT 4.0 because, again, free plan. I'm not going to pay. And then temperature, I moved temperature from reserve just one step. And here is where you put your system prompt. So basically everything I had here under full script all the way down, just redoing it. And if you want to get the script, you can just leave a comment. I'm happy to send it to you, no big deal. But you come here, you paste your script here. It's the exact same thing that as it was before, but fine. Click save agent. And once you've done that, your changes are saved. And this is the initial message that the individual gets sent. Hi, it's blah from this church. Is this the person who attended some time ago? If you want to figure out how do you make this show as the first thing, just go to deploy. Under deploy, click manage chat widget, and then go to content. So that's where you see this. And then the individual is responding to this. So again, I want to use this as a demo. I want to show them, oh, this is what we can do. I'm not going to be showing it to them over SMS, which is how I would actually deploy it, or WhatsApp, simply because those cost money for that interaction. I want to keep it free. So you click on embed, it will give you a chat widget and an iframe. So I used iframe, just copy the iframe here. And now I'm going to go to Lovable. So again, same thing, go to Lovable, create a login if you don't have one. And I can just say something as simple as create a plain website with this widget, chat widget, make it full screen, but keep it mobile responsive. And then I would press yes. So I'm not going to do that here again because I've already done that before, which is what you have here. And then it will just create the index page, HTML, all that good stuff. Just to show you the prompt here, create a blank website with this chat frame, exactly the same thing. Make it large, fill the entire screen, keep it mobile responsive. And then you have this and you click publish. So once you have that, you have this screen here. And once you publish it, you can now have a portal for yourself and go there. And there you have it. So now you have this, it's Dean. Yes, it is. And then the AI chatbot will respond. And basically, when I want to do a demo where I'm showing people this is what it would look like, these are the responses, especially if I'm doing it to multiple people at the same time, this is probably how I'll do it. Because otherwise, if you're doing a demo for 20 people, you might rack up those SMS charges and it's a bit slower because the workflow is more complicated. All of that I can go into in a different video. But if you wanted to do it live on SMS or WhatsApp, I would take a demo to just one person in the group. And if you want everybody to play with the AI chatbot to see how the messaging responds and the conversation flow, this is the way I would do it. I would create my chatbot basically on something like Chatbase, take an iframe from there, put it in Lovable, and have a link that I can share with anyone and they can interact with chatbot. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching.